Well, you can't tell by the way I use my walk. I'm a woman's man, no time to talk. The music loud, women want the thing king to rap. Since I was born, I never thought it right. Times I think, and you may look the other way, but we can't try to understand. The New York Times, I think I'm there. Whether you're a brother or whether you're a mother, you're staying alive, staying alive. We're the city bringing and everybody shaking, you're staying alive, staying alive. Staying alive, staying alive, staying alive.
They'll never take me alive, I'm getting high with my profile. Cops only suffer time I die, even as a youngster. Causing ruckus on the back of the bus. I was a fool all through high school, kicking up dust. But now I'm labeled as a troublemaker. Who can you blame? Smoking weed up, we take away the pain. So I'm hopeless, rolling down the freeway, swerving. Don't worry, I'm about to crash upon the curb, cause my business bloody, baby. If they try to understand me, what should I do? I had to feed my fucking family, what else could I do? But be a thug, I'm slanging with the homies, fuck hanging with them phonies in the club. Got my mind on danger, never been a stranger to homicide. My city's full of gangbangers and drive-bys. Why do we die at an early age? He was so young, but still a victim of the 12 gauge. My memories of a corpse, mind full of sick thoughts, and I ain't going back to court. So fuck what you thought. I'm drinking Hennessy, running from my enemies. When I live a beat for 23, there's so much pain.
Staying alive, staying alive, staying alive.
Prison! Oh! Order! Oh!
Please turn in place. Safe transport to safe.
Welcome in, everyone. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hope everybody's had a safe Monday. That's a president. You got Joe out on the beach, which we should have done. He would never do anything less, nor Kamala. That doesn't speak volumes to you. I don't know what else will, that they don't care about our veterans and our American people. They just don't. They just want to push their bullcrap agendas, their socialist agendas, and control. That's what it's all about for them. They want to control everything. They want to control your food. The only thing you heard Kamala say was talking about food. These people are evil. They are so freaking evil. They do not care about the American people. They just don't. Um, so a lot of crazy things have been going on with in the country today. I've been catching up with it. Everyone, please like, follow, and share. Please share, share, share it out. You can go out, like it, come back in and like it, but please share it out. I'd appreciate it. That's how we get the truth out. And that's how we do it. Well, we knew Telegram. The founder was arrested in part of a cybercrime inquiry, say prosecutors. Investigations into the Pavlova relates to app's alleged failure to stop spread child sexual abuse material. And then you'll see another article with other things. See, Telegram is one of the platforms that I use regularly because it's uncensored. We can load what we need on there. And I personally have never seen anything like that on Telegram. I'm not going to say it never happens. I've never seen anything like that. I don't think I've ever heard of it doing that. Um, but free speech is under attack. So see, they go to every platform where you freely can speak and post important information. They can't control that, but now they're trying to control it. We actually have a video with him with Tucker Carlson, and he's actually explaining what he believed truly is going. This is before he was arrested.
But there's this second part, which was probably more alarming there in the US. We got too much attention from the FBI, the security agencies, wherever we came to the US. So to give you an example, last time I was in the US, I brought an engineer that is working for Telegram, and there was an attempt to secretly hire my engineer behind my back by cybersecurity officers or agents, whatever they are called.
The U.S. government should hire your engineer
That's my understanding. That's what he told me.
to write code for them or to break into Telegram.
They were curious to learn which open source libraries are integrated to the Telegram's app, the client side, and they were trying to persuade him to use certain open source tools that he would then integrate into the Telegram's code that, in my understanding, would serve as backdoors.
Would allow the U.S. government to spy on people who use Telegram.
The US government, or maybe any other government, because a backdoor is a backdoor regardless of who is using it.
That's right.
And that's what it's all about. It's about spying on the American people, violating your rights, period. That's what it boils down to. I mean, they're going after X. I mean, people that are from other countries that are here and that have posted things here, they're actually arresting them and sending them back to England and the UK, and they are holding them accountable. One guy, he put some memes up, and he's looking at life in prison. This is thank God we have a constitution, because if we didn't have the constitution, we would be in big, big trouble. Big, big trouble. We would be in a communistic state. And that's why you hear them continuously saying over and over that the Constitution is an absolute, because they don't recognize the Constitution. They recognize it when they need to push a bullshit bill of some sort, but they don't recognize it as person having rights. Look what they did to Democrats. They took their vote away of who they wanted to have in a primary to vote. And some Democrats are okay with that. They're okay with their rights being screwed with, but they're all about democracy. We are a constitutional republic, but the only part of democracy we do have is when we do vote. And you have to get out and vote. It is honestly, it's life or death at this point, because these people are crazy people and they are just out to take us down. That's it. They don't want the American people to have a voice or have a right to really anything. And that's how they are. And they're just showing their true colors at this point. They're showing every bit of their true colors. But do you remember when 2020 started, 21? X censored, every platform started censoring. Of course, Trump was completely censored. Then we would start putting stuff out about um, the COVID. We would start trying to find information out with doctors, and all we had to go on was what they fed and what they put out. And then they would censor people who were finding the truth and digging and putting other information out. If it didn't go along with aligned with their narrative, they completely shut the American people's voices down. I don't know how many accounts I've lost over a course of 4 years. I mean, on my TikTok, I know for sure I'm on my 50th account, but I have others that I have done on other platforms and that went and lost. So you just kind of got to keep going. You guys, if you're not used to the social media world, it is, I'll put it this way, it's hell in these streets on social media. It's what we say on there. It's hell on social media, but it truly is. It really is. But Mark Zuckerberg, he actually has regret about what he did, what took place. Hang on a minute, I'm trying to find the article. There we go. Mark Zuckerberg, the founder of Meta, formerly known as Facebook and Instagram, admits he regrets working with the Biden Harris administration by censoring information online during the COVID era. In a letter to the chairman, Jim Jordan, in the House Judiciary Committee, he writes that he regrets working with the Biden Harris administration, which repeatedly pressured Meta's teams for months to censor COVID posts, including satire and humor. I believe that the government pressure was wrong, and I regret that we were not more outspoken. Here is his video of him actually saying that.
All right. Well, Doctor, I strongly agree that we need somewhat of a reset here. As someone running a business, I've said that I believe the best way to improve both public health and economic opportunity in this country is to focus on beating this virus first. And I also have to say, I think you might be quite generous in your description of the government's response here. I was certainly sympathetic early on when it was clear that there would be some outbreaks, no matter how well we handled this. But now that we're here in July, I just think that it was avoidable, and it's really disappointing that we still don't have adequate testing, that the credibility of our top scientists like yourself and the CDC are being undermined. And until recently, that parts of the administration were calling into question whether people should even follow basic best practices like wearing masks.
See, that was where he ends up saying, I regret it. But see, they censored our voices. We're Americans. We live in the United States of America, but they censored our voice. Are you getting this? Our First Amendment right says they can't do that, but they did it. This administration is out to shut you up. They just want you to be fed what they want you to hear. In the infrastructure bill, it's all over here from Democrats. Biden's administration had the infrastructure bill. If you go into that infrastructure bill, you will see that there is hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars that is paid to your social media companies to spew out the bull crap that they do, and for you to simply only listen to it and nothing else. Metaverse in the dark web liars. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. That's all they want. They want you to listen to them. And that's it. Come to think of the dark web that you're talking about. Eric Owen Marquez, an Irish man is jailed in US for child abuse images. Now this man has dual citizenship with the US in Dubai. He's a pretty big guy over there. He is considered, let me see if I can find that one order. Hang on a minute. Oh, here we go. The 4 charges that were against him follow a year-long investigation involving the FBI and the Irish police. So America, US, and the other countries were working together on this. The High Court heard that he was arrested in the Irish capital last Thursday on provisional warrant. He was then refused bail the following day and fears that he was a flight risk and would interfere with the evidence. The claim that he is the largest facilitator of online child sex abuse on the planet was made by the FBI special agents during the court hearing last week. The child abuse images were described as being extremely violent and graphic. At the hearing on Thursday, a lawyer acting for the Irish Attorney General asked the judge to remind Mr. Marquis for another week in anticipation of a formal request for extradition from the U.S. The extradition would then have to be received and certified by the Irish Justice Minister. The court heard the accused can be held for up to 18 days during that part of extradition procedures. The judge granted the remained request and remanded Mr. Marquis in custody for another week, but told the lawyer that the time was running out. So I'm not going to get into what he did, but well, some of it. They're saying he is the world's largest facilitator of online child sexual abuse that has sentenced to 27 years in prison by a U.S. court. But they're wanting to extradite him back to his country. And this is disgusting. But what I like about it is that they're actually starting to take them down. If you guys have seen half the crap that a lot of us truth seekers have dug and found, it would keep you up at night and give you nightmares. And one thing it does is it changes who you are to where you want to fight harder and do what you can to expose this sickening stuff. I know you hear this person or that person, but you see DHS and all of them are complicit in this. Our 3-letter agencies. You have your 2-tier justice. You have the good, you have the bad. These people cannot continuously be okay out there to where their material continuously gets put out there without the help from certain agencies, because that's the only way that it works. So you do have a tier. You have evil. This is a spiritual warfare that we're going through in a battle, a total battle. And Lee says, yes, this is what the Red Cross and British monarchy did in the days of Revolutionary War. Tyranny, control, censorship. They start the fire and already have solutions to put it out. It is propaganda. He's talking about Mark Zuckerberg. But yeah, you have the dark web. I've never been to the dark web. Don't care to go to the dark web. But this guy right here is one of the worst ones who has facilitated this throughout the internet. So my guess would be, if you've seen it on the internet, or if it's been put out there, there has been, like, they sell babies. They sell the babies. I could tell you stories. I could show you proof. And you'd have to go to my Telegram page. It's at the very beginning of the actual proof of these sick people. They're evil. I hate calling them sick because that gives them a title of there might be just something wrong with them mentally. No, they freaking straight up evil. Period. That's all they are. This is why Trump has not had a briefing of 3-letter agencies leaking all the time. Military will be the only way briefing. Oh, I agree. Absolutely. I wanted to talk a little bit about the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier in Arlington National Cemetery. It's the site where many wreaths lays. I wanted to know who actually lays the wreath most of the time. Whose position is that? It says it's high-ranking dignitaries. The President of the United States or their designees, as well as other high-ranking officials, often lay wreaths at the tomb on special occasions like Memorial Day, Veterans Day. For example, in 2022, Archivist of the United States, David Ferrano, laid a wreath at the tomb. Many organizations also conduct wreath laying ceremonies at the tomb thousands of times each year. For example, the U.S. Marshal Services has laid wreaths at the tomb in honor of the fallen military. The public can also, they can arrange and have wreaths delivered and stuff like that as well. In March of 1926, soldiers from nearby Fort Myers were first assigned to guard the tomb of the unknown soldier. The guards present, excuse me, only during daylight hours. Discouraged visitors from climbing or stepping on the tomb in 1937, the guards became a 24/7 presence, standing watch over the unknown soldier at all times. That's a little bit of a history lesson. I was just curious if, because, we had Trump. President Trump was there and he paid his respects. And I thought it was a beautiful sight, such a beautiful sight for this to happen. Because we Lord knows all when the actual 13 soldiers, actually passed away. I say they were murdered because they could have been prevented and Biden chose not to. He was looking at his watch the whole time they were being taken from their caskets and family members there, like it was not important to him. I don't think I've ever seen Kamala doing anything in memory of them at all. Don't you think our veterans matter? They don't. They kicked them out of a freaking hotel, put illegal immigrants in there. Think they do that to veterans? You think they do that to us? Heck, Colorado, they've already taken over gangs from Venezuela have already taken over a whole complex. And the police, nobody's doing anything about it. I don't know. Are they afraid to do anything about it? Is that the problem we're having now? It's a crazy world we live in. It is a huge, crazy world we're living in. Also, the WHO, which they can kiss our rears, launches a global strategic prepared readiness and response plan to stop outbreaks of human to human transmission of monkeypox through coordinated global, regional, and national attacks. Well, we know that they're already starting to try to close schools and all that from the mosquitoes. And out of the blue, Fauci supposedly recently got the West Nile virus and was severely sick. Don't know in Tennessee, I think there's a couple of schools they've already closed. Massachusetts, they've already started doing voluntarily lockdowns. We know how this goes. So I will never comply with it. It's all a bunch of shit, if you ask me. All created. Created, for sure. The deep state is trying to erase history by moving monuments, statues, and historical figures. They do this against the constitutional laws, treason. I know we were talking about that the other night, Lee, that they are actually getting rid of history. So, like my grandkids, the future generations of our grandkids, it's left up to us to let them know if they remove it. And then they're taking it out of history books. You name it, they take it out, like erasing it. Just completely erasing it. Yeah, they'll try that too. Here is a big doozer. Section 8 applications nationwide paused as program runs out of money. The program is running out of money. Do you realize just 4 months ago they got $30 billion? Section 8 applications nationwide, guys. This isn't just in Michigan. This is nationwide. They were given $30 billion. Says less than 3 months ago. 3 months ago, they were given $30 billion for Section 8. Now, that's like HUD. That helps people with homes. I guess where you can rent homes. I don't know if you can buy them or what, but, families who need a roof over their head. Big families, small families, whatever. But yeah, Section 8 ran out of money. Probably all the money been given to illegal immigrants. I wouldn't doubt it. I would not doubt it. Yeah, it probably went to Ukraine. It probably went many different places. But I think that's so crazy. $30 billion in 4 months. If I would be asking for receipts. I would definitely be asking for receipts and be like, "Where's the money?" Hello, everybody on Instagram. Hey, Mary Rose. Hey, Robin. Hey, Evanstein. I'm trying to see you guys. Hey, Michelle. Good to see you guys. We got some trolls, but we still like the trolls. Democrats are very upset right now. There's a panic after Wisconsin Supreme Court rules that Green Party candidate Jill Stein can remain on the ballot in crucial swing states. So they're running scared. The Wisconsin Supreme Court on Monday ruled that the Green Party candidate Jill Stein can remain on the 2024 presidential ballot. The Democrats earlier this month filed a complaint to keep Jill Stein off the ballot in the crucial swing state of Wisconsin. Jill Stein has angered the Democrat enlist with their bid of the White House since it's seen as it being a spoiler. And see, she took thousands of votes away from Hillary Clinton in the crucial swing state in 2016. So they're a bit upset. See, they want they need all the votes they can get because she pays everybody to come to her places and stuff. Hey, Gravel, welcome. Welcome in. So yeah, that's what's going on there. I find it to be, $15 an hour if you want to go sit in her stands and you want to sit there. She'll pay you $15 an hour. It was invitation only. What I'm curious about, you had to have ID and your ID had to match completely. So why do they need your ID? Are they going to try to use your ID for something nefarious? And then all of those millions of Social Security numbers that have been released. What about that? This close to election. And then we've got this outbreak going on, voluntarily lockdowns going on. WHO's setting up. If you guys, you could see the plans laid out. They are trying to triple have plans in place for this election. They have all, but yeah, they've told you, hey, we'll put civil reenactments in place and we will not certify the election if Trump wins. Look, buddy, we have a constitution. If American people vote for him, that's our president. So you can kick rocks. Hey, Gravel. Hey, Lee. Yeah, it's so stupid. It is. It's so stupid how they do. Trump has a new ad out though. Let's take a look.
Everyday prices are too high. Food, rent, gas, back to school clothes. That is called Bidenomics. A loaf of bread costs 50% more today. Ground beef is up almost 50%. There's not much left at the end of the month. Bidenomics is working. The price of housing has gone up. It feels so hard to just be able to get ahead. And we are very proud of Bidenomics.
Bidenomics. How's it doing? Is it working for you? Is Bidenomics working for you? It ain't working for me. It's full of shit. It's a crock of shit. That's what it is. Bidenomics is all about them getting richer. Bidenomics is about taking everything away from the American people. They are some evil people, y'all. They are some evil people. They do not care. They do not care about the American people. They get richer while we're sitting here working our butts off. Some are getting 2 and 3 jobs. I know. I made a video recently about the way shit is. And this is not America. America deserves better than this. So much better than this. That's a new ad, Gravel, that Trump just put out. He just put out. Sure did. I'll play my video. Let me find it. I've got it on my Telegram. That's all they're about. Plain and simple. They just want to control and take everything you got, not give anything back. Think about it. You work a full 40-hour job, right? You go to work every day. You're a law-abiding citizen. You do what you're supposed to do. But what about yourself? What about your family? What about that? You know, you can't put food on the table. Some families go hungry, and they try with everything they have in them. They do without a meal so the kids can have a meal. They work just to put a roof over their head, gas in the car, a car payment. That's where we're at. And there's a lot of people that make more money now than they made 4 years ago. Make that make sense. It makes no freaking sense to me. It does not make sense to me. I don't understand. I just don't understand it. I'm waiting on a video to load. Maybe. Let me move this one over. You hadn't seen that one yet? Oh, you're welcome. I'll put it on Telegram. That way you guys have it. Most of these videos I think I have on Telegram right now. You can always download any of the information that I have that you need. No, there is no money and new people make more. I agree with you. I can't remember which account I put that on. Oh, it'll show up. When it's going to show up. Secret Service with attempted assassination on Trump. Some crazy shit.
The FBI are stonewalling on this shooting.
Well, it's consistent with why the American people don't trust our institutions anymore. You had everything was cleaned up within 3 days. You have the shooter's body was cremated. And so we're left with, depending on reports, where you really don't have the opportunity to go through and actually second guess and take a second peek. And that is consistent with what Senator Johnson's talking about, is that there seems to be a problem with giving us transparent information. It's always, well, we're under investigation, we're conducting an investigation. And that's the problem, Sandra, ultimately, that the American people have. They say, the Secret Service is investigating itself. The FBI is investigating itself. We need to have some outside information, outside investigators.
It's certainly been slow going, trying to get more and more information to the American public about all of this, Congressman. Meanwhile,
see, make it make sense. The FBI is investigating themselves. How can you have fairness there? How would that even be possible? It wouldn't. There's no way for it to be possible. There's none. Hang on, let's see. Lee says the deep state built the system using the flat system and the credit establishment to censor you, and then use the system to control you, and then to get them richer while we have poverty. You're absolutely right. We need sharing all political information because the MSM will suppress it. They all suppress it. Criminals protect criminals. Exactly. The FBI can't do shit. Can't find shit. Excuse me. I absolutely agree with you. It is. It's I'm downloading this video right now. But a judge in Arizona said that fake electors case against several Trump allies sets for 2026 court date. So they're going to set something for after the election. You know, everyone that had gotten arrested. Now they're going to set it for that. And we pay taxes. I wish we didn't have to pay taxes. But we have to pay taxes. And it sucks. It really sucks. But you guys remember Act Blue the other night? We were talking about it, where all those donations come in. I think I showed like a 15-minute clip of how we've had just regular people like you and I doing their own investigations and turning it over to Project Veritas and letting them know, hey, ActBlue takes a donation from a person. That person's name, this is what the DNC, this is what the Democrats are doing. They're taking that person's name. They're not taking money from their accounts. They're actually putting money on their name and saying, hey, you donated this much. Some people donated hundreds of thousands of dollars in their poorest shit. And all they donated throughout the year was maybe $5 to $25 a month. Something like that. Because I would say once you donate through ActBlue, it's an automatic thing that you can have set up, to start taking out. That's the way I see it. But let's watch this video.
An OMG citizen journalist met with the top ActBlue donor in the entire state of Colorado. Sonia Amashi, a retired senior citizen who has apparently donated over $230,000 over the past 5 years.
Hi, are you Sonia?
Yeah.
We got word that you donated about $200 and something thousand to ActBlue.
Probably have over the years.
But it looks like $234,044.01 in 6 years. Yeah. Did you donate that much?
I may have. I don't know.
Okay, we're just here to verify to make sure you have done it.
I've been donating to ActBlue, I think, since it was started.
6 years, 2 months, and 19 days from January 8th, 2017 to March 28th, 2023. And that's the days, but that's the amount, $234,441.
No wonder my son was having a breakdown.
Oh, so he got a notice about that, or?
No, he was tracking my credit card, and he was going, my God, you're donating way too much to politics. I've cut back quite a bit. Being retired and also living here has kind of cut into my finances, but...
Yeah.
Sonia is living in a retirement home. She shared with us that she used to work for the University of Colorado, and she's been retired for 21 years. We find it very odd that someone who's been retired for that length of time, who said she was making donations in $25 installments, and says it's too expensive to live in her place, can be listed on the FEC website as someone who has given over $200,000 in donations.
We just want to make sure you're legit. It's.
No, I'm legit, as far as I know.
Well,
I started out giving occasionally giving $25, and then it got up to the point where the normal one was $25, and I was giving more to some candidates who were my favorites. So,
Interesting.
Now I'm down to $10 and $15 at the most.
Okay.
And a lot of time I just skip because it's kind of expensive to live here, and I've been retired for 21 years, so I don't necessarily have steady income. Please, God, let the Democrats win. Our country will be destroyed if Trump wins. I primarily give to women and gays.
Okay.
And people of color.
Okay.
Too many people have connections to big business and other kinds of things where they have limitless amounts of money they can give.
Absolutely.
So I believe in supporting the underdog.
In today's rapidly evolving healthcare landscape and mysterious shortages of medical supplies, being proactive about your health is paramount. That's why our OMG supporters, The Wellness Company, is proud to introduce the ultimate first aid emergency kit, meticulously crafted by its chief medical board to support life-saving readiness. When my team and I are out in the field, we always carry our TWC first aid emergency kit because in an emergency, every second counts. The upgraded kit includes essential items like epinephrine for anaphylactic reactions, several common prescription medications, and many vital first aid supplies. Additionally, it features a comprehensive first aid emergency guidebook with over 40 pages of life-saving information. And you can easily replenish your supply at any time. Every kit purchased is eligible for medication replenishments for up to 2 years after purchase. Order your first aid kit now and save 15% by using code OMG for a savings of $60 and savings of over $100 when paired with a purchase of the medical emergency kit. Whether it's ensuring access to medications, personal protective equipment, or other essentials, our commitment is to empower individuals to take control of their health journey. So order your first aid emergency kit now by going to twc.health/OMG. That's twc.health/OMG. That's twc.health/OMG. Now, Sonia was actually featured in a New York Times article in 2014 regarding her being a top donor with ActBlue.
Somebody, I think it was New York Times, maybe?
Okay.
I have a copy of the article, but they did an article on ActBlue donations. And
Yeah.
I still have the pictures and the story
Oh,
and
yeah?
stuff. I never got, they sent me copies of it, but
Okay.
Oh, cool.
In this article, Sonia states, quote, "It can get addictive," unquote, to keep on donating.
There's just been a lot of craziness going on, and that amount of money, we want to make sure it's 100% and not, being stolen.
Sonia assures us nothing is being stolen because, quote, "there's nothing to steal," implying that she doesn't really have many resources.
yeah, no, my money's not being stolen. There's nothing there to steal. Yes, well, when you retire, it can be expensive.
Yeah, January 8th, 2017 to March 28th, 2023. 270 days.
This is scary. I'm going to
Yeah.
hide this for my son. He'll have a cow.
ActBlue has responded to our ongoing coverage by trying to discredit our reporting and attack us. Here is a direct quote from ActBlue, quote, "This investigation is nothing more than a partisan political attack and scare tactic. The promoters of this disinformation campaign have shown up at the homes of donors and harassed our staff. This must stop. The continued escalation of these lies and their intimidation tactics is dangerous," unquote. It's unclear what ActBlue means by disinformation or what is dangerous about reporting. We welcome the opportunity to respond to these frivolous claims, ActBlue also says. Welcome the opportunity, they say. Well, what is their response to the FEC, showing that people are continually denying they've made the donations to ActBlue? The FEC shows them as making. Why would they suggest that journalists asking questions is, quote, dangerous? Wouldn't it be dangerous in democracy to not ask these questions? Doesn't democracy die in darkness? Also, our citizen journalists genuinely care about the elderly and don't want them taken advantage of. They were courteous and polite in speaking with them. We are looking for you to continue to help us investigate top ActBlue donors in your state. Here are the steps. Number 1, go to electionwatch.info. Number 2, click on your state. Number 3, click Advanced Search and add your zip code. Number 4, go to fec.gov. Number 5, click Campaign Finance Data. Number 6, look up contributions. Number 7, add name and zip code. Look for donations made specifically for ActBlue. Number 8, click Export. Number 9, you will find an address listed on the Excel sheet. Number 10, print the sheet to take to the subject you're speaking with. And when you're done with all of that, ask the subject for financial statements that show they didn't make the donation in question. And then ask the subject to contact ActBlue and record the encounter asking for a refund or an explanation. And as a bonus, go to the state where an ActBlue executive lives and talk to them, like the same citizen journalist did in this video, but with a former ActBlue executive here. Here is a list of all the ActBlue executives we know of and what state they live in. You can pause this video and take a screenshot or look at the thread in this post. The goal is to try to get to the bottom of where the money is coming from. Send us a DM with your contact information. Reach out to our signal number at 914-315-9415 and send your footage to tips.o'keefemediagroup.com. Stay tuned.
I have been reporting on this for about 3 years now. And where's the money coming from? It's just a legalized laundering. It's not legal, they're doing it illegally, but they're laundering money. I mean, and what is really strange, if you go see who's donated to this, there's so many people that's donated to the DNC that shouldn't be donating to them. Where's that money coming from? ActBlue is their system of stealing, embezzling through fraud to pay outside and inside sources to steal elections, placing their choice of candidates against the true American voters that will to vote. Oh, I agree. Absolutely. You know, we pay taxes, right? Something that we don't like doing, don't want to do, but we do it anyway. You know, that's just what we do. And I'm loading this one. This is a ex-IRS agent that worked for the IRS for a year. He said he didn't pay taxes. He didn't pay taxes at all, which is interesting. Hang on a minute. Was with stomach growling, sorry. In 2020, they pulled 407 million through ActBlue. Oh, there's no telling what they pulled through. I really don't. There is no telling how much. Billions. I would say it's up in the billions, probably more. So much more. But let's listen to this
I
IRA
was
agent.
listening to this talk show hosted by a guy that was very trustworthy. He wasn't a partisan kind of guy. It was just about what's right or wrong. And he had a guest on his show named DV Kidd, and she started talking about the income tax and saying that it was voluntary, that there wasn't a law, passed by Congress and signed by the president that made most Americans required to pay the federal income tax. And if you can imagine me driving around in my government car with my handcuffs and Sig Sauer 9mm and, saying, lady, this tax ain't voluntary.
Right.
But because of this talk show host and how truthful all of the previous guests had been, and how truthful he was like a colonel in the special forces of the Army, just a real trustworthy guy. So I thought, well, something's wrong here. Either I'm not that great of an investigator because I've trusted this talk show host who has these kooky people on, or there's something to this. And that was just before Christmas in 1996. So that started me on about a 2.5 year journey while I still worked every day as an IRS special agent, doing my investigations, but also on evenings, weekends, taking vacation days, and starting to dig into these claims that this lady made on the radio that day. She had a couple booklets that were, 40, 50 pages each. I ordered those, and inside the booklets were all of these allegations, and she put address, the names of the people, addresses, phone numbers, and, contrary to popular belief, investigators use the pen and the phone a lot more than they use their gun. And so I just started to deploy my training on my own time to investigate these claims to see what's this all about.
And were you sort of going after these individuals, getting on the phone, using your pen and paper and getting on the phone with the intention of, hey, I'm an agent. I carry a gun. I've got a badge. I'm going to get these tax cheats. This is all. Or were you almost immediately thinking, maybe they're onto something here and maybe you're coming onto their side of the table?
Not initially. I really, it was like, well, if they're lying to me, then if I'm ever given a forum to talk about it, I'm going to say, wow, I encountered all these liars.
Yeah.
The IRS is right. At the time they were called illegal tax protesters. So the IRS really had a bad thing for them. But by the same token, if I found people who are truthful, I mean, that was my job, or supposed to be. You're supposed to uncover facts,
right,
and present those facts to a prosecutor. So, no fear of facts, in those days, at least for me. And so I just began to gather facts, and to cut, give you the cash value. After 2.5 years, it was all through 1997 and 1998. Driving my wife crazy with not only working a 50-hour a week job, having 2 kids, soccer coach, doing all the things that a husband and father do, but then going to the law library and really digging deep into these claims and using, every skill that I could muster, being a CPA. The IRS trained me in Glencoe, Georgia, the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center. Trusted me to carry a gun and a badge around.
And you have access to the IRS. I mean, so you were in a unique position here. So you could verify, check back and forth what these claims are being made with the IRS. So you can just go right into the office and check in whether or not this. Can you just give me like a high level here? I'm not a tax accountant and I don't play one on television, but could you give me like a high level? What were some of the facts being leveled by both this radio guest and what you were finding in her booklets, and what was, what were these moments sticking out to you? What were these pieces of information and facts that really just lit your hair on fire?
Well, I love your question because I've got an answer, at least an anecdotal answer.
So he didn't have to pay taxes for 25 years. So let's see. The government hired 87,000 new IRS agents, right? Why would they do that? Really, why would they do that? I mean, we've got a tyrannical government going on. They get IRS agents. I mean, if you go back and you watch how they were hiring these people, I mean, is any of Joe Smo that come off the street? And then they wanted to allow illegal immigrants to be hired in our government system. Kathy Hochul stated that and tried pushing bills in New York for that. So not only do they want the illegal immigrants to be in our military, they want them to be in our government system too. They want them to take our houses. They want them to take, and they get all this money. We are invaded. Okay. The U.S. has been freaking invaded. Wake the freak up, people. The USA is invaded. And it is up to our states. Now, the states, if you read the Constitution, you have every right to do what you got to do when we have an invasion, which is what we got going on. Plain and simple. They want them to be in the government. They want them to be over us. They want them to, what? Look at our taxes, look at our money. They want us on the credit system like they are doing in China, in the UK. Have you seen those videos in China where they're on a credit system? One lady was walking around the mall. She couldn't even get nothing to eat because she posted a word they didn't like on social media. And so her credit number, her score went down. Maybe that's what our credit score was the beginning of. Social security numbers, barcodes. Maybe that, I'm thinking that was the beginning of the end. They did social security numbers and then turn around and they do a credit score where you can buy a house and home. Think about it. We live in the United States of America. They have gradually been infiltrating our Constitution and our freedoms, period. And our parents didn't see it. People didn't see it. People are waking up now. I see the shit for what it is. Look at the back of your birth certificate. Look at the barcodes on it. Research that. I can't say it here, but research that. Research what that means on the back of the birth certificate or on the front. Some of them are on the front. Research that shit. They borrow against the human beings to other countries. You understand? So when we were born, our parents signed that birth certificate. I ain't lying. Go check it out. It's all right there. But this was the beginning and the end with the credit system. Sure was. And it's leading into this. They just want everything to go digital. They want to put shit in your body. Amazon's got a chip they want to put in your arm where you just go to a hospital. Microsoft already did. I remember that about probably, I don't know, 12, 13 years ago, maybe more than that. Microsoft had 150 people that worked for the company who had the RFID implanted in their hand right here. And it was for trial runs to where, technology, I'm telling you, technology is so far ahead. They are probably 50 to 100 years ahead right now. They gradually disperse the shit out to us. Call me crazy. I don't care. But they gradually disperse phones. I mean, come on. They already have everything made. They're just gradually doing it. It's billions of dollars. Antarctica, we're going to go through Antarctica one night on a live. There's some shady shit going on over there too. Seriously. I believe it has to do with the Nephilim. I ain't lying. You're going to find out. I'll bring it to you. Digital is where they can manipulate it. Analog, they cannot. This is why they did away with analog in 2005. Exactly. Remember, we had analog with our TVs and everything. Now everything's digital. Everything's digital. You got your TVs with cameras in it. Better put a piece of tape over the cameras. I'm telling you. I've already done a story on that. Your Xboxes that have cameras, yeah, you need to do that too. Isn't it interesting how you can have your phone and you could be talking about something the day before with a friend? The other night I did it with some friends, and one of my friends was talking, grandma was talking about something, and next thing you know, I looked down at my phone and it come across. It listens to what the hell. And AI is one of the most dangerous things you will ever experience in your life. Because see, that gives child predators, um, Hollywood, um, pedophiles in the Hollywood business and stuff. If they did do stuff, now they can use it for a crutch. Say, oh, that was just AI. That really wasn't me. Do you see what they're building here? This is all by design. Every bit of it's by design. Every single freaking bit of it. And that's what they want. Oh, yeah. That's why don't put your kids online. I know you want to pop them out there. You want to show the world. Telling you, do not put your kids' faces online. They can take your child's face and they can duplicate it and they can put it on other children. They can make it all happen. You could be sitting here watching something one day and your child's face will come across on another person's body. They sell these pictures to sick individuals. So keep your children's faces offline, period. Because it overshadows the drugs, period. It's $1 trillion. Human trafficking, that's trillions and trillions of dollars every year that they make. Cartel, Roblox, Xbox, PS5. We've done, you go back and watch some of the episodes, went through all this shit. It is horrible what this country is turning into. And we, the people, are paying for it. I don't like getting vulnerable, but I'm going to show you the video that I got vulnerable with today. Because it's the damn truth.
So many Americans are struggling today. And we shouldn't have to. It shouldn't be this way. The land of the free, the home of the brave. But our government has made it to where we are struggling so bad that we do without. Tell me, why is it that when I work a full-time job, I get paid, every penny goes to bills? I mean, I don't buy anything outside of it for myself. It all goes straight to bills. What is the point anymore? You get it to pay your house payments, your car payment, insurance on your car. Then they go up on your rent. Then you can't even afford food. You can't afford nothing. America's not supposed to be this way. And I'm sick of it. I'm a strong person, but I'm sick of it. What do I do? Sit on my ass, government, and just draw off the fucking state? Is that what I need to do? Just sit on my ass? And then what? Taxpayers pay that? Why is it that I make $2 more an hour now than what I made 4 years ago, and I struggle more now than I ever have? Make that make sense. And you have thousands of dollars, food stamps, and my tax dollars to illegals. America's not supposed to be this way.
And it's not. America's not supposed to be this way. We're supposed to have the opportunities Where are they at? Rebel says on Instagram, it's scary to think about what they are willing to do from now until election to stop the change of power. Absolutely, Rebel. It is a very scary because as we see they're doing anything they can. Trish says the fact that the Dems talk as though they're currently in power is causing a mess. And see, they act as though they are in power. They literally are going around and acting like they've won the election already, and they're not concerned with it. That's what I gathered. Thank you, Lee. You always got the right things to say, Lee. Sister, God hears all the cries of his people, and God does not forget the pain inflicted to the people. Justice is coming. Hold the line. Absolutely right. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Exactly. This country is in a really bad state. Not like it truly is going to be if they cheat. You have to get out and vote. And after you vote, you stand there and you say, hey, it's me. I voted. But I don't know. Everyone, thank you for joining me tonight. I want to say I appreciate you guys tuning in. Just pray for our country. Pray for Donald Trump. Pray for your families. And I hope Tuesday, tomorrow, you have a better day. And I hope everything goes so much better for everyone. We can't stop with hope. We've got to have hope. Hope is something we have to have. So, with that, get your felon hat. Don't forget to get your felon hat. We got some new shirts coming out next week. You guys are going to love them. If you love them as much as I do, I'm voting felon 2024.
Time to fight back. No, they won't like that. Everywhere is somewhere, and that's where the fight's at. I think it's time to fight back. No, they won't like.
You can get at this at DA Customs with a K, LLOsleather.com. 781-389-8179. Veteran owned, veteran operated. Go check out all the nice work and stuff that they do. You guys would love what you see there. Right now, if you order, you use free shipping 40 code, free shipping on all orders. But with that, guys, I'd just like to say everyone on Instagram, X, YouTube, and Rumble, thank you guys. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. And with that, we'll be Country Crazy.